So you're considering entering the world of female entrepreneurship and you're asking yourself, how does this all work? How do I get started? And is there a business coach that is right for me? Keep watching. Hi everyone, my name is Marcella Dominguez and I am a trademark lawyer and also a business coach to lots of different small brands and creative minds. I enjoy working with entrepreneurs because of their love of creative thinking and because of their willingness to risk everything and put everything on the line for an idea that they have. And so I can identify with that for many reasons, which I'll tell you about. But first, I want to dive into the tips and tricks that you will learn about female entrepreneurship. So I invite you to hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button so you can be notified of when I release videos just like this. So you're thinking of entering the world of entrepreneurship and you don't know much about what you're getting yourself into. You are probably thinking, should I hire a business coach? Somebody who acts like me, looks like me, somebody that I can relate to, that will teach me the ropes, that will encourage me, that will motivate me, that inspires me. Maybe somebody that has already been there, that has already done that, that has either sold their products wholesale to someone else, that has established a brick and mortar, that maybe sells online through Amazon or through Shopify or through WooCommerce. Now, if all of this is sounding foreign to you, then rest assured that it is not as complicated as it sounds, but I want to help you understand the different types of options that there are if you are considering entering the world of entrepreneurship. But specifically, if you're a female entrepreneur, let's say you're a mom who's staying at home with her kids and you're looking to maybe create some side income, or let's say you're a recently retired grandma and you want to also supplement your income and something to keep you busy, then I want you to continue watching this video. So I want to give you 3 tips today. And my first tip revolves around emotions. And as women, we are just emotional creatures, and that is a fact. God gave us these emotions, and so here we are. We tend to exercise them when maybe we shouldn't, and sometimes we just bottle them up. And so if that is the kind of personality that you have, then I encourage you to really take this tip to heart, because when you become a female entrepreneur, sometimes you cannot wear your emotions on your sleeve. So if you tend to get caught up in your emotions thinking, oh my gosh, this is so devastating, will I ever get out of it? Trust me, entrepreneurs go through some pitfalls, and it is going to be your job to get yourself out of it. Many times you're not going to have somebody on the other side telling you what to do, cheering you on. Of course, I will cheer you on as a business coach, but sometimes it's going to be hard to find that other person who can truly identify with you and who can help get you from point A to point B. So you have to be that person that's going to take yourself from point A to point B and not get so caught up in the emotions of what is currently happening, because the status quo can change in an instant. You know, lots of us didn't think about what would happen to our businesses in the event that something like a pandemic would hit, right? And it almost felt like from one day to the next, everything changed. From one day to the next, we're out and about, socializing, meeting with clients, taking calls, taking meetings, and now we're having to do that stuff from home. Now, that is what I am talking about when I say do not wear your emotions on your sleeve. Don't fester in those negative emotions that really aren't going to be solution makers for you. So you want to make sure that you always have your thinking cap on and that you're ready to move beyond any emotions that you're currently having. Because as an entrepreneur and as a female entrepreneur, your job is going to be solution oriented. So you always want to make sure that you're working toward a solution for the good of your business. Tip number 2 is find someone who is where you want to be. Someone whose shoes you can really see yourself filling. And I want you to look at this person and say, what have they done to get there? Now, you know, there's a lot of hard work that goes into building a business and maintaining a business. It's very easy to think to yourself, wow, they've created this amazing lifestyle, but lots of times people do not see the hard work that went into creating that business, the hours that were sacrificed, the time with family that was sacrificed, maybe the tears that were shed, the money that was lost, the tactics that didn't work, you know, but there's no use crying over spilled milk. And again, if you haven't listened to tip number 1 about emotions, then I encourage you to really listen to it, because that also carries into tip number 2. And so for tip number 2, I really want you to find a business coach who has learned to put their emotions aside and to be a forward-thinking individual whose shoes you can really see yourself filling. Now, if this is someone who has created a brick and mortar store and you're not really interested in creating a brick and mortar store, then perhaps you need to rethink who you're selecting as a business coach. So if it's someone who has created an e-commerce store and they're wildly successful, then that might be the right fit for you if you're also thinking about starting a brand in e-commerce. But don't choose someone just for the heck of it. It might seem easy to say they've created an amazing lifestyle, but if they've done that through a mechanism that doesn't really interest you or that doesn't excite you, then trust me, there is a chance that it could work. Don't get me wrong. There are lots of things that could interest us. But in the beginning, I think that it's important to narrow down what you want your focus to be. Because if you can narrow it down, then chances are you'll be more successful, or you'll get to success maybe a little quicker by selecting someone who has already been there and who has already done that. Because if you're just picking people at random, then you're still not sure of, which path you want to take. And so that is kind of like getting into your car, saying you're going to take a road trip, but you're not really sure where you're going. You might be headed to San Diego, Washington. Now that might work for some people, and they might end up in some city that they really love, but they might also end up in some city that they might not love at all. So I want you to make sure that your destination is something that you have clearly thought about, clearly chosen, because that is a place and a position in which you envision yourself. Now, tip number 3, I want you to remember to maintain consistency. Consistency is so important throughout the entrepreneurial journey. Now, if you're a mom that is balancing your primary job with being a caretaker for your children, and then you also have some hobbies, then you have to consider whether it is likely that you are going to be consistent either with the content you put out, the amount of effort you put into your business, the amount of time you're willing to learn about this new business venture that you have chosen. So you want to make sure that you have the ability to be consistent. Now, consistency doesn't mean that you have to post on social every single day, but perhaps you've created a schedule where you post every Tuesday and Thursday, or every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For example, on this channel, I create videos every Tuesday and Thursday. So that is my one rule to creating consistency for this channel. If I put out a TV program, let's say I watch Housewives, or I watch Law and Order, or something of that nature, you catch the drift. You tune in at the exact same time, on the exact same day, all the time, because there is consistency to that. People will know when to find you, when to look for you, how to find you, how to look for you. So consistency is really important. And I don't just mean in social media. It could mean with the amount of hours you're willing to put into your business. So if you just put in 1 hour one week and maybe 5 hours another week, I mean, you might get there, but it might take you a little bit longer. But if you're willing to be consistent about the amount of work and dedication that it takes, then I think you're setting yourself up for success. And that's what the female entrepreneurship journey is all about, right? Maybe you want to supplement your income. Maybe you just want a side income. Maybe you just want something that really speaks to your heart. And so now is the time for you to do it. Consistency is key. So tip number 3 is definitely to create a pattern, create a habit of how you're going to achieve the goals that you have set for yourself, because that is super important to your success. So if you need somebody to hold you accountable, a business coach will do that for you. I want you to click in the link below to set up your free strategy call so that I can help you set up your business and make sure that it's in a legally safe manner, and make sure that it's something that follows these 3 tips. So schedule a free strategy session down below. Make sure you scroll down into the description, and I really look forward to hearing from you. I love working with creative minds, especially female entrepreneurs, because I have been in your shoes. I am a lawyer, I am a mother, and I balance a whole lot of other things, including a podcast, a YouTube channel, and also our other business, Stowy Joey. I will also link that down below so that you can catch the Stowy Joey journey in our other channel. Now make sure to hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and tell me which tip resonated with you the most. Tip 1, tip 2, or tip 3. Until next time.